Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Call the meeting to order at this time. We do have a quorum here. All notices were legally posted pursuant to the Open Meetings Act at the building here, and so we're all legal to start. Now's the time for citizens' comments. Do we have any citizens' comments? We have two here. Okay. Mr. Ballard, would you come up first, please? Would appreciate that. Brian Ballard has signed up for a comment.
I've got about 30 minutes.
Let me set my egg timer here.
You know, I'm 74 years old, and I've only stood up in front of a group like this before last week 2 times. I came to city council. One time was about budget. One time was about something else, a zoning deal or something. And then last week I got a chance to address the school board. So this is not something I take lightly. It is budget time. I'm on the HEDCO board, as most of you know, and we've been going through our budget. That also ties closely with y'all's budget. We've just recently been going through the process of interviewing and seeking to hire a new executive director. Caused me to do a lot of looking on salary surveys. And as Jay knows, I also have a really intense interest in the city's budget. In fact, I was calling him a week ahead of time wanting to know why it's not posted. I hadn't had a chance to review it yet. But tonight, I'm here to talk about the budget, and I'll be real brief. For the first time ever, what I want to say about your budget, I think it's an excellent budget, with the exception of one thing. In the work we've done in salary surveys and things like that, I'm of the firm belief that the salary of your city manager is way below market value. I've done some looking at other towns, and it was hard to find, but Rusk and Jacksonville both, the only thing that's posted about their city manager salary is from 2023, 2024, and both of them are $10,000 to $14,000 higher than what city manager Henderson's being paid. City of Kilgore's got a job posting right now for $50,000 more than what Henderson city manager's being paid. So my comments are, as you sit here tonight and think about the budget, consider what's going on with the budget, that you take a real hard look at the salary of your city manager. I think it's important that we stay competitive in the market, or we're going to have, if he ever leaves, we're going to have trouble finding somebody to take his place. I hope we don't. I hope he doesn't leave. But I think his salary is below market value. Even with the increase it's proposed, it's way below market value. If I was going to throw a number out there, I'd say y'all need to raise it at $25,000 instead of $5,000. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard. Appreciate those comments. Okay, next up we have Michael Bell. Need to come on up, Mr. Bell. Michael is the chairman on the HEDCO board.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to y'all this evening, and basically, in hearing Mr. Ballard, my comments are similar. As I'm on the HEDCO board, and again, we've been going through the process of looking at a replacement, and on the agenda item later that we'll be discussing with you. But at the same time, in evaluating the HEDCO and the executive director, and then looking at the budget here, then also just in my job of working with executives from all over and city managers, and I just want to tell you that, you know, Henderson is very fortunate to have Jay. And particular, as myself growing up here in this community and raised in this community and getting to come back home, we're blessed that Jay made the same decision. And I would just ask you to encourage also to look. I know there's a lot of free money of the money tree up there, but at the same time, I think our investment in a city manager and paying him a competitive wage is, hope to not to think he's looking to go anywhere, but I hope we're being proactive in making sure that he don't. And I think that that's good for this community. And Jay did not pay for this message. I came up here on my free will and wanting to do that because I do think it's deserving. And, you know, and just overall with what the council and Jay and the leadership is doing here in Henderson and being proactive in a number of different areas is, I think I know y'all would like to keep him as well. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. We appreciate your professional opinion, and I'll have to chime in on it myself. I was unaware of a lot of this data that's been brought forward during this HEDCO process, and I was really amazed at the results. Let me assure you, and yes, I'll have to admit that Jay is remarkably low pay as compared to most of our East Texas cities. So we'll discuss that a little later. Okay? Anyone else signed up? No one else signed up. Okay, sure. Now we'll move on to the presentation and announcements. Council, we have anything here that we need to bring forward? Announcements or presentations or anything? Okay. All right. With that being said, we'll move on to the consent agenda at this time. Any item on the consent agenda can be removed from the consent and placed over on the council business regular session. Otherwise, we'll vote on these two items here in one vote. So, council, you've read the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Consent agenda stands approved at this time. We'll now move to council business regular session. We're going to open a public hearing on the proposed tax rate to be the same as the previous year at .541799 per $100 valuation of each assessment to be based on 100% of the appraised value. Okay, Mr. Abercrombie, Mr. Karen, anyone?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. As we've talked about in our budget workshop and mentioned in our last meeting, the proposed tax rate is identical to where we currently sit. No change in tax rate is being proposed. So identical to where we currently are.
Council, any comments or questions concerning that? If not, do I hear a motion to close the public hearing? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Public hearing stands closed at this time. We're going to open up another public hearing on the proposed 2024-25 budget. Comments, questions?
Council, same. No other changes on the. From the budget workshop, we had a few little balancing changes that happened once we did get our rate from the on our worksheet from the appraisal district officially. So we were able to shore up that revenue, and it didn't change a whole lot, but there were some balancing things that just happened, small things, and we put a little bit into the general construction fund for projects. Basically, that's where most of the extra revenue, the small increase in revenue that happened. But everything else is identical to what we've talked about and discussed, workshop.
All right. Any comments or reaction to this? If not, do I hear a motion to close the public hearing? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Like sign opposed. Okay, that public hearing stands closed at this time. Item number 7 is to open the second public hearing on the voluntary annexation for Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center to be located in the 1700 block of US 259 South. Cheryl, do you have anything to add on this? This is second hearing. Right. Right, exactly. Okay. Any questions from the council? If not, do I hear a motion to close that public hearing? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. All right, public hearing stands closed at this time. Item number 9 is consideration upon the first reading of ordinance 2024-0801 for the voluntary annexation of Good Shepherd Medical Center located in the 1700 block of US 259. This is to approve an ordinance. First reading. Gotcha. All the paperwork's done? Okay. All right. No action on this item here. We'll do that later when we get back to it. Next meeting. We'll move on to item number 10 at this time. Consideration and open the first reading of ordinance 2024-0802 for the planned development standards and covenants of the East Texas Regional Business Park located on Loop 571, 2276, and SH 323. Gotcha. I got you. All right. No action on this item. It's just a public reading. So we'll move on to item number 11. Consideration upon the first reading of ordinance 2024-0803 that includes adopting a repeated non-retroactive 70% COLA and the readoption of repeating 100% United Service Credit with transfers, both effective January 1st, 2025. Jay, you want to explain a little of that? Or, oh, it looks like Hillary's going to explain it.
I'm going to do it.
That's very good. Thank you.
Okay, so the simple difference between retroactive and non-retroactive is the mathematical equation that we use to get to the number that we give our retirees as an increase with the cost of living per year. We're asking to go to a non-retroactive, which overall is, it's the mathematical equation is easier, it's cheaper, and it's more sustainable over time. Questions? And we're asking for a, let me see, to adopt this for the non-retroactive, but we're also asking for the readoption of the repeated 100% updated service credit service credit with transfers.
One thing I'll add is this does not take away any retirement benefit or amount for any retiree. No current retiree will lose any benefit. The dollar amount stays the same, so it's not a decrease of any way. It kind of sounds like it could be, but it's not. So it just goes back 1 year on the adoption every year to the CPI, the index for that raise, and where that comes from, instead of going back all the years back to when somebody possibly retired. So it's a win-win. It's cheaper for the city, and it's actually a benefit that moves forward, and nobody loses anything. It goes forward from here.
Questions, council? Since there's no action on this item, we'll move on to the next item. That would be consideration and possible action upon a health insurance provider for the city employees' health benefits. I think Hillary's up here for that also.
So we went out to bid, we had our brokers go out to bid for insurance for the 2024-2025 insurance plan, and we came on a Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Blue Advantage, HMO, and a PPO plan that we are going to offer to our employees. The PPO plan is a buy-up option that employees can choose to purchase. So they do have two options as opposed to one in the past.
Did we get a good rate on this particular plan?
Yes, sir. The monthly payments are actually going to go down if the employee decides to
Okay,
stay with the
good.
HMO.
That's good news. Any questions to Hillary on this item here? If not, do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Like sign opposed. Thank you, Hillary. We'll move now to item number 13. That's consideration and possible action upon approving a recommendation from the Main Street Preservation Board selecting Ben Patterson as a new member on both the Main Street and the Historical Preservation Board. There's Ben sitting right back there, and there's Stephanie.
Hello.
Tell us more about that, Stephanie.
Well, I can tell you that Ben Patterson submitted a board or commission application in April. And then we found out that Brant Bain was going to be resigning from the Main Street Board and the Preservation Committee. And then Main Street did not meet in June due to lack of quorum. And so in July, they moved to accept Brant's resignation and accept Ben to fill his spot. Mr. Patterson has an impressive background in all things grant-related and has already proven to be an asset to the program.
Question from the council. Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Thank y'all.
Item number 13 stands approved. Thank you, Stephanie. Item number 14 is consideration and possible action upon a minor plat for Derby's Addition located on Fair Park Drive, dividing Lot 8, Block 1134 into two lots, adding a Lot 8A to Block 1134. Cheryl, you've got a drawing up on the board? Yes. Yeah. Right there in the middle. Yeah. But he's marking it, yeah. Council, any questions? Where's the little ice house? Can you show us where that is? I'm kind of, right, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad they're going to utilize that. Okay, do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Item number 14 stands approved at this time. Item number 15 is consideration and possible action upon a minor plat for Miguel Orlando, combining lots 31, 32, and 33 into one lot located in the Maddox Addition on Shawnee Street. Yeah, they are. That's good. That's good. hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Item number 15 stands approved. Item number 16 is consideration and possible action upon a final plat of the Henderson Soccer Association subdivision located at 1365 FM 782, being a replat of Block 655, Lots 4 and 5 of the Panel Trust Addition Unit 1. Council, if you're not sure where that's at, that's Chicken Feather Road. Okay. Just thought y'all might know. You need to know that. Yeah, also known as. Okay, any questions? Okay, do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Like sign opposed. Item number 16 does stand approved. Item number 17 is consideration and possible action upon HEDCO program of work for fiscal year 2024-25. Mr. Clary is coming to the front.
Hello, good evening, y'all. So as you might expect, a program of work is basically a roadmap for HEDCO for the next year. It's a companion to our budget. We tweak it a little bit every year, but it doesn't change a lot. So what you've got has a couple tweaks in it from last year, but it's required by the state, has to be approved along with the budget. And so I won't go through all of it with you, but I guess we could if you want to. But anyway, so that's all I have.
Documents are in your packets, council. Good there. Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Item number 17 stands approved. Item number 18 is consideration and possible action upon HEDCO budget for fiscal year 24-25. Mr. Larry?
So we've had a few last-minute changes that have come about over the last week or so, and we would ask y'all to table that today, and we'll bring it back and get it approved in September.
All right, we can do that. Council, is that okay with y'all? Yeah. I need to hear a motion to table, yeah. All right. Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Item number 18 will be tabled. Item number 18 on the agenda is consideration and possible action upon HEDCO budget amendments for fiscal year 2023-24.
Same song, second verse. We'd ask y'all to table this one as well.
Okay, council? All right. Motion has been made and second. All in favor, please say aye. Item number 19 is tabled at this time. Item number 20 on the agenda is consideration and possible action upon a recommendation from the HEDCO board on the appointment of a new director for HEDCO. Mr. Bell?
As I think you're aware that Mr. Clary has decided to retire after many, many years of working in public service, and we definitely appreciate his service. With that announcements, we actually put a committee together made of economic development board members as well as some council members and Mr. Pace and the mayor and just in our search, we opened it up for applications. We had about 60 applicants apply throughout, and we went through those and screened them and got down to interviews. We've done 2 sets of interviews, and then the first interviews, we narrowed it down. We had 2 very good qualified applicants. We finished those interviews yesterday, and upon completion, it was unanimous by all 5 members of the committee that we recommend Brett Cardella as the new executive director of the Henderson Economic Development. Brett Gardella, Gardella. He'll be moving here with his family from Brownsville, Texas.
Do I hear a motion to approve with recommendation from Headco Board? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Item number 20 stands approved. While we're there, still there, I want to commend John Clary on what he has done for the city. John has done more for the city in his 6 years of tenure here than was ever done before by any other Headco director. I'll just have to tell the truth. And he's moved us forward. He's moved us way forward. And we're about to open up a new venture out there at the business park thing. And this is going to be very, very exciting. And John will be, he can still brag on this business venture out here because he's the one that started it. It's about 2/3 finished, maybe a little more than that, but all this new guy's got to do is just come in here and fill it up. That's all he's got to do. So all the hard work and the infrastructure, all that's already been done. So thanks to John, thanks to the Headco Board. We really appreciate y'all. Let's give John and the Headco Board a big hand. Thank y'all so very much, so very much. But it makes the city's job a lot easier when this happens this way. So, departmental reports. You've got them in your packet, council. So, any questions here? Some of the folks are here. Here's one right here who wants to step up and give a report.
Well, we're gonna train you. We don't do that.
Yeah.
But that's all right. But that's okay. Look here, Henry. He stepped right up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, good news. The line is complete. The 24-inch water line repair. So, of course, it took a little bit longer than what we thought it would due to weather, water line alignment, but finally got it all together. Pumps were kicked on today, and I actually seen Mr. Boyd smile today.
Yeah, right. Randy.
So
Randy's happy.
But up and going. So just in time, obviously, with the weather being the way it's been. So all good.
That's really good news. And no one ran out of water, right?
Nope, nobody ran out of water.
Okay.
At least
No
nobody.
ball notice? No ball
Randy,
notice?
Randy he kept us going.
Okay. We're in good shape.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Questions about anything?
That was a big question, but you've already answered it. So, yeah, we're real happy for sure.
I will say, real quick on that, to Mr. Hortman's point, Randy's done a great job at the plant trying to adjust and adjust the flow. You know, we're very diverse with our water and how we have, it's close to a 50-50 groundwater versus the surface water plant.
Yep.
And so knowing what we were going into in the season, he quickly was able to, fire up the other wells and do some different things and make sure to adjust the flow so we didn't just drain down the reservoir with the high water use. We were fortunate to have rain a little bit into the season that kept that water use from its hot peak earlier in the summer. It might have been a different story, but we never came close to getting to a point of usage, even with that water, the surface water not being in play, to having to go to any type of a phase 1 or water restriction or anything. It was never even, we never had a conversation about it. So kudos to the plant and the wells and the operators and everybody with that infrastructure. Did a great job of making something out of making lemonade out of lemon. It could have been really bad, but they did a great job. So good job, guys. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. All right. Yeah, right. That's right. Okay, any more questions concerning departmental reports? Anyone? Okay. Boards and commissions? Yeah, go ahead. Got you fixed up? Got the citizens fixed up? That's what I want to hear. Okay. We like to hear that. Thank you. Thank you, Kurt.
I have one more thing. I meant to, I should have asked or brought up during the announcements up front, but we have a date of October 16th
Oh, good, good, good.
for the dedication event of this building. We've been talking about it for a while. We had to wait on a lot of things to happen, but Wednesday, October 16th, 4:30 to 6:30, 4:30 to 6:30, and we'll do some presentations and remarks. Will be right around 5 o'clock. So we're working on the communications and the VIP invites and the whole process of what that event is going to look like. But I want to make sure I announce that to you as soon as we had it. So we just came up on that date officially. That'll be the day after that council meeting in October. So we'll have a lot to show.
Yeah, a lot to show.
Will be a lot to show and dedicate that day. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it.
Okay, all right. So with that being said, council, I need to ask y'all a question as a group. With our item number 20 that we had gone up here, approved the head coat thing, and we had a couple of speakers speak on our city manager. Do y'all think, would you like to go into executive session for a few minutes and get a little more information on what we're talking about here? Okay. I think that would be very appropriate. So we'll take no action, but nevertheless, you need some information at this point. All right, so it's 6:37. We'll go into executive session at this time. Chapter 551071, personnel.